Okay, so this one's not going to have a happy ending. We're going to have to use matrices or linear combination or something like that to solve this. I'm going to choose matrices because C and D are not equal. C is actually going to be more tension than D. Okay. In general, on these things, the one that's more vertical has more tension. So let's draw a picture of this. We've got C. Let's draw the components here. So I'm going to say that there's a trick to this too. Yeah. I'm going to say here's a X component, right? And I know that these X components have to cancel each other out. So I'm just drawing this, right? Here's a Y component. So these guys, by the way, are equal but opposite. And then let's draw. So here is our, you can do this graphically. You can actually just draw this. So here's a thing there. You draw a diagonal line using a pen stylus. All right, so you see that there's a, there it is there. Okay, so here's C. And then we've got a downward force like that. And then let's figure out that downward force first. So 12.5 times 9.81. $122.625. All right. Okay, so now let's label these guys. This is going to be C cos 40. All right. This is going to be, and this guy is, by the way, negative and in the X direction. This is going to be D cos 20. And that's going to be positive and in the X direction. This guy right there, that's going to be C sine 40. And that's positive and it's in the Y direction. And then this guy right here, right there, is going to be D sine 20. And that's going to be positive and in the Y direction. And then this 122.625 is going to be negative and in the Y direction. Okay? Now, I can't do math in red pen land. I gotta switch colors. All right, there we go. All right, so let's look at our equations here. Let's look at our X equation. Okay. Our X equation is, and when you do these, by the way, you want to do all the things with C in this column and all the things with D in this column. And then ultimately we're going to have all the constants on this side. Okay, but just hold on for a second. Let's write the proper equilibrium equation. So this is in the X direction, this guy's in the X direction, and that's the only thing in town. So we have minus C cos 40 plus D cos 20 equals 0. Okay, now let's look in the Y direction. Okay, in the Y direction we've got this guy, and of course the force of gravity, right? Okay, so I've got plus C sine 40. I've got plus D sine 20. And then I've got minus 122.625 equals 0. All right? So those are our expressions. Now, we can't solve these. These C and D are not the same. We have two equations, two unknowns. I think the simplest way to solve this is to use matrices. Only, by the way, if we don't have to do the matrices ourselves. That is, we'll let the calculator do the matrices, okay? So now the next thing to do is to write these equations in matrixable form, okay? The first equation already is there. So minus C cos 40 plus D cos 20. And then the constant is 0. Okay, and then this guy, all I'm going to do is stick this on the other side. I'll show you. Okay, so then I'm going to go plus C sine 40 plus D sine 20. Okay, equals, and then I'm going to put this guy in there. So I'm going to add 122.625 to both sides. Okay. Now, you can represent this set of equations this way with these matrices. Okay. This is cos 40, comma, cos 20. Oops, minus cos 40. Yeah, there we go, right? And then plus sine 40. Sine plus sine. Now I feel like I should write a plus in front of that, right? These guys are positive, right? Right? And then we got C and D. And then that's going to equal 0 and 122.625. All right. So this is, I'll call this matrix A. I'll call this matrix B. So what we can do is we can type these into the calculator, and basically the matrix CD is equal to A inverse multiplied by B. Okay? And so I'll talk you through this. I'll do another video. So at this point, if you just want to stop, you could just stop, and I'll do another video where you can see what I'm typing into the calculator. I like to do the alpha, I think it's, yeah, there we go. It's alpha F3, okay, when you type alpha F3 on the new TI-84 pluses with the new OS, okay, and then you just go in and you go, okay, I want a 2, enter, by 2, enter, okay, and then you can see it, so I can go minus cos 40, parenthesis, right arrow, cos 20, parenthesis, right arrow, sine 40, parenthesis, right arrow, sine 20. Don't despair. If you don't have the fancy operating system, you can still do it. You know, it still works. Okay, so then I'm going to invert that matrix, and then I'm going to multiply by, and then I go alpha F3 again. And I want 2 rows, but just 1 column. And 0 and 122. Right? And then there's also another function called ref, which will do it in it's a 2-row, 3-column thing. But anyway, I'm just going to show you this. And then when I do this, I get this matrix CD is equal to CD. When I do the matrix stuff, is equal to 133.05 and 108.46, right? And those are our answers. So the way this works is if this is C and D, right? Basically that just kind of, think of it as like a chain sliding off a table. The C is to the left, so the C would be on top, D would be on the bottom, like that, okay? There is a way to actually get these numbers directly out of this matrix, and I'll show you that in the other video.